Okay, boys and girls, let's continue to learn about adverbs. Our essential question, how do I identify and use adverbs in sentences? By the end of our lesson today, you should be able to do both. Our standard says to use adjectives and adverbs and choose between them depending on what is to be modified. All right, so we've learned about adjectives. We are learning about adverbs. By the end of our unit, you will be able to look at a sentence and decide if you need to use an adjective or an adverb to show more description in your sentence. We have to decide, do we need to describe the noun or the verb? All right, so adverbs help stretch our sentence. We can call them sentence stretchers. We are going to add an adverb to our sentences. Remember, adverbs can tell us how, where, or when an action takes place. Here are some good examples. Remember, how adverbs a lot of times end with the suffix ly, like quickly, slowly, kindly, loudly, perfectly. Where is going to tell you a location, inside, outside, everywhere, around, far. When is going to tell you a time, first, next, last, yesterday, could be today, tomorrow. All right, so let's look at some sentences and stretch our sentence by adding an adverb to tell how, where, or when the action takes place. The astronaut greeted us blank. How did the astronaut greet us? Right, you could choose any adverb you can think of. I'm going to say kindly or excitedly. Right, you think of your adverb. We walked blank to the rocket. What adverb would you add to the sentence? All right, I would say quickly or swiftly. They did it pretty fast, so I'm thinking quickly or swiftly. What do you think? The rocket landed blank on the moon. All right, I would say softly. Okay, didn't make a lot of loud noise. Can you think of another way? You may say quickly. All right, I saw a little alien blank. All right, think about where. There. I saw a little alien there. That's right, location. Aliens like reading blank. All right, maybe we could think of how often. Always, frequently, occasionally. All right, so you could think of a word like that that's an adverb to fill in the blank. The crowd cheered blank during takeoff. What adverb would you put in the sentence? I would say excitedly. Blank, I saw a huge asteroid. And think about when. We could say today or first. Okay, so a when adverb. I floated blank through space. I would say carelessly, without a care. He's just having fun. All right, now we're going to look at the picture and use the adverb in a sentence. Let's look at the first one, and I will help you with it. All right, we have two adverbs. We have yesterday and quickly. Yesterday and quickly. How could I make a sentence with this picture and yesterday and quickly? All right, so I'm going to a when we could start with yesterday. So we could say, yesterday, the spaceship landed quickly on the red planet. So I've used both of them. And now we have outside and slowly. Outside and slowly. So he is now outside of what? The spaceship. Okay, so I could say, I jumped outside of the spaceship and walked slowly onto the planet. So now I've used two adverbs in that sentence. Now we have everywhere and excitedly. All right, how do you think we could use everywhere? What is everywhere? Aliens. Yes, there's aliens walking everywhere. Or, yeah, aliens walking around everywhere. And they're doing what? They're waving excitedly. So see if you can make a sentence, type a sentence in the private comments using the adverbs everywhere and excitedly. All right, so if you can, use everywhere and excitedly in a complete sentence about this picture in the private comments. I'm anxious to see if you're able to do it. I know you can. Let's see what you've got. Okay, now let's look at the sentences and see if you can identify the adverbs. They fastened their seatbelts securely. What is the verb or action word? Fastened. How did they fasten? Securely. They fastened securely. Yesterday we met an alien. What is the verb or action word? Met. When did they meet? Yesterday. The crowd cheered loudly during takeoff. What is the verb? Cheered. How did they cheer? Loudly. We flew around Earth. What is the verb? Flew. Where did they fly? Around. The engines roared noisily. What is the verb? Roared. How did they roar? Noisily. The astronauts worked inside the spacecraft. What is the verb? Worked. How did they work? Excuse me, not how, where in this one. Inside. I saw huge asteroids everywhere. Name the verb. Saw. Where did they see? They saw it everywhere. All right, let's check your work. Fastened securely. Securely is the adverb. Yesterday tells when they met. The crowd cheered loudly. Adverb is loudly. They flew around. Around is your adverb. Roared noisily. Noisily is your adverb. Worked inside. Inside is the adverb. Saw everywhere. Everywhere is your adverb. Okay, now, today for practice, you are going to practice finding the adverb in the sentence. It says adverbs. Find the adverb that shows how a verb is done. You have a sentence. The monkeys shrieked wildly. What is the verb in this sentence? Shrieked. How did they shriek? Wildly. So you click on wildly. That's right, and it will give you your next card. The dolphin swam gracefully into the horizon. All right. What is the verb or action word? Swam. How did they swim? Gracefully. All right, and you will complete the adverbs as practice today. All right, do your best work.